people behind Hunter x Hunter Nen Impact just launched a demo close to its release date, and I'm already seeing a lot of backlash this game is getting on social media, so I felt like I have to give my opinion as it could provide valuable feedback for the developers and could also change your view on this game if you have already given up on buying it. First and foremost, I want to say this right at the start of the video that I'm not a great fighting game player. I do play a lot of arena fighter and I'm better than average in most of them, but when it comes to actual fighting games, I don't consider myself even average. 2XK was going to be my first fighting game where I was actually going to try and become at least better than average, but if I want to cover Nen Impact, this will also be a game I have to get decent at. The reason why I had to put out the explanation is because this video will be from the perspective of the noob, the loser, the dude that could potentially get invested in a fighting game. Why Hunter x Hunter Nen Impact, you may ask? That's because my channel was built around anime games and I don't like to put out videos without actual experience, but based on what I have learned about anime games over the years, the people behind Nen Impact do seem to be open for feedback, unlike how other anime game devs are. Some just drop a massive failure and years later put out a tweet and say, "Trust me bro, we are working on a solution." Anime games rarely have a demo that's available for everyone online because when they do put out the game, they risk alienating the average player. Just think about it this way. People would have given up on Bleach Rebirth of Souls way earlier if they could have tried the game. Nobody likes to play a game where the meta is to lose at the start of the game just to win. Like, bro, look at this. If I kill this guy right here, I will put myself at a disadvantage. I will literally have to beat him 3 times while he has to beat me only twice. They have definitely expected us to break the game day one, and I'm willing to say that Leorio's punch combo won't even make it into the final build. We are talking about the people that delayed their game just to implement rollback netcode. That alone gives me enough of a hope for changes. It's not common for anime games to get rollback netcode on release, even Dragon Ball FighterZ didn't have it on launch. I am a gameplay first before graphics type of player, and yes, graphics do matter, but I would argue that Nen Impact doesn't look as bad as most people say. I remember Jujutsu Kaisen Curse Clash got so much shit before the game was even out, and it was mainly because how it looked. You could play 2v2 with your friend, that itself carried the game to me. Now it's another question that the gameplay later on release was ass, but again, everyone said the game is bad purely based on how it looked. I don't need Naruto Storm type of graphics in an anime game to enjoy what I'm playing. They bait you with a cool looking explosion. Most of the FGC players abandoned Storm after a couple of hours because it was full of jank. The Storm series still is the best looking arena fighter even in 2025, but you guys said multiple times that you just cannot take the game seriously, and that's fine. The Leorio combo that everyone keeps talking about isn't even real. One of the most famous FGC player, Diaphone, even came out and told us that you literally just have to dash forward to avoid it, so all of the crybabies that keep pulling that one combo trying to downplay the depth of Nen Impact are just wrong. So I have also seen the overgear version of the Leorio TOD, but can we not forget that in Dragon Ball FighterZ, base Goku have about as skillful of a TOD as Leorio does here in Nen Impact? If I'm being honest, it only barely requires more skill to pull off than the overgear TOD that Leorio can do. It will still get nerfed most likely for the release, but just like in any other anime game, people are talking about stuff they have no idea about and spreading false information. They gave us a demo fully prepared for a shit show. Anywhere I go, people keep trash talking about the game. We get that, you don't like the game. The planet does not blow up 5 times in 1 minute, but let everyone else have fun. Why does it hurt for everyone that some people are just enjoying the game? My new past self bought Dragon Ball FighterZ back in 2018 purely based on how good it looked, and they even managed to bait me into reinstalling the game when the Season 3 trailer dropped, but I just wasn't having fun. Based on the report to the shareholders, Bushiroad even stated how much they are going to invest into their games, and this is really low for a game in 2025. And even with this budget, the developers have decided to prioritize gameplay over graphics. I know I'm sounding like a broken record, but they literally added rollback netcode when they could have just spent all that development time, all that budget to make a better looking game. Just give them your feedback. Tell them what you like and what you dislike about the game. Let the developers know about everything that seems to be unintended, and you know what? let them know that you're expecting better graphics on release. Even with all what I have said previously, I'm not saying it's an unreasonable expectation for you guys to want a better looking game, and I do feel like the success of Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is one of the reasons why Nen Impact is being downplayed. Like, that game is still out at Combo Breaker in 2025, and if that's what you want from Nen Impact, then I don't think I can convince you. This game is just not for you. It will be out at EVO France, but after that, who knows? It really just depends on the launch. And that's what this demo is for. Gathering feedback to polish the game for a successful launch. Here is my thought process when it comes to buying a game. Think about the most valuable currency: time. How much is your time worth when it comes to buying a game? Does Nen Impact look like a game that you spend your time on for $60? Are you planning to play the game for more than just a week? Use this thinking process and I can guarantee you will find your answer. Or at least that's what I've been using when it comes to buying non-anime games. That being said, there's something I just cannot disagree with. This game is not $60 at all, and if you look at the deluxe edition, it even got early access, which most people will buy because otherwise you will miss out on playing the game 2 days early. On the other hand, however, the gaming industry is trying to raise the default price of games up to $80, so at this point Nen Impact is starting to feel more like a $50 game, which sucks. None of us should have to endure all of this, but it's 2025, the earlier you accept this the better. If you go back to the start of the video, I mentioned Bleach Rebirth of Souls. I actually enjoyed that game as well for about a week or so, but then even the casual players have noticed that the current meta is to stall the game and even potentially lose one stock of health, because that way you will have an easier time to beat the other player. Look at everything that game has. The story mode wasn't that grand, but a bunch of development time has gone into it. A bunch of money has gone into the marketing. Literally every character got their own soundtrack. Some even got more. If only just a quarter of that has gone into more development time on the gameplay itself, maybe we would have received the mandatory community features like ranked, lobbies, maybe the gameplay would feel more satisfying. Maybe most people wouldn't fall asleep when they're watching it. I'm recording all of this day 2 into the demo, but I'm having a lot of fun finding out what the game has to offer. It's not the second coming of Jesus, but something is just there. The gameplay caught my attention, and I'm not having rose-tinted goggles because of the anime either. I have actually never watched the anime, and because of that I wish we didn't have slideshows. The game could have actually made me to watch the anime. Now that is something the developers should improve on, because there's just no way I'm gonna sit through the story mode if all they have to offer to me are slideshows. Hope you guys understand my point of view. Let me know down in the comments whether you agree with me or not. I'm down to have a conversation as long as you bring up valid points and don't just say game looks bad, so game is bad. The other day I answered most of your questions about another anime game that's about to release a month after Hunter x Hunter Nen Impact. Go ahead and check out this Demon Slayer 2 video as well. Stay safe everyone. Peace!